Welcome to Season 2 of the Coach Pony podcast. In this season, we'll explore all of the different ways coaches can make money and take a brutal look at the pros, cons, and how much you can actually expect to make as a coach on each money path. So if you are debating between group coaching and private coaching, or you want to write a book or host a retreat, but you're not sure how much money you can make, this is the season for you. In this episode, we'll take a close look at private coaching and explore how much you can expect to make, some unexpected cons, if you should even do it, and of course, the tools you need to get started. And with that, let's get down to business. If you are a newer coach, you probably have questions about private coaching that are swirling around in your mind. They might sound a little bit like this.
Hey, Christy. My name's Clark, and I'm a brand new coach. And since I've gotten started, I've realized that I have a lot of questions. Like, how is private coaching structured? How much can I charge? How do I get started? Just basically tell me everything.
Okay, I will. Private coaching is where most coaches begin, and the majority of coaches still work. It's where I started too before I built up all of my programs and automated my coaching business. And the truth is that private coaching was how I made my very first 6 figures in business all of those years ago. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. I know you already know what private coaching is, but just to be on the same page, as a private coach, you exchange money for hours as you help a client achieve a particular goal. You work with people one-on-one, and most coaches meet with their clients usually for 50 or maybe 60-minute sessions, though that can vary, over a period of time, often for several months, like 3, 4, or 5 months. You work with your clients on a specific goal, and while you can't make any guarantees, you do focus on helping your clients achieve that goal in the time allotted on the contract. You may allow email or other contact with you between client sessions, but either way, private coaching is a high level of service that is 100% tailored to your clients. It's also intensely profitable. Most coaches charge between $1,000 and $5,000, or pounds or euros, per package, with some executive coaches reaching $25,000 or more per coaching package. Given that private coaching requires very little infrastructure beyond a phone and a website, it allows you to keep the vast majority of what you earn.
Okay, so private coaching seems like a simple way to make money as a coach, but what am I missing?
Good question. Let's take a look at the upsides, and then we'll get to the other things you might want to consider before you go all in on private coaching as your money path. So let's dive into the pros of private coaching. As I mentioned, private coaching is instantly profitable, especially if you keep your overhead costs low, like not renting an expensive office space. So if you are assigning 3 to 4 clients a month at $2,000 to $4,000 each, then you are making right around 6 figures annually in your business, which is awesome. So that's what I mean by private coaching is instantly profitable. Another pro is that private coaching requires very little in terms of infrastructure. The truth is that building and maintaining big program offerings like I run in my Coach Pony and Revolutionary Club businesses takes effort, including tools, time, and people. But to be a well-heeled private coach, you only need a few things, like a website or LinkedIn page for your business, a way to take payment like check or PayPal or Stripe, and a simple scheduling tool like Calendly or Paperbell. These can be fairly easy and inexpensive to set up and should cost you very little out of pocket. Private coaching is a great way to get started and build confidence. Look, when you are a new coach, you're often figuring things out as you go, which can make you feel a little bit insecure. But it's normal. You've got to do it to learn. With private coaching, you can really get your hands on people and get deep into the coaching with them so you can start to see results and enact big change. And when you do that, your confidence shoots through the roof. And as a fun side benefit, you also build great case studies and testimonials for your website. Private coaching also gives you a safety net as you test out your coaching system. If you are working with someone one-on-one and something doesn't quite work in the moment or in the session, they'll tell you. Or you'll see it happening and you can adjust accordingly. change direction, ask different questions, or even tack on an extra session or two to get the result your client wants. It gives you a chance to see where people might get stuck, see how some of your ideas and questions work, and of course, still deliver great results without having to have the perfect curriculum or approach in place up front. Private coaching is always popular with clients. Trends and industries come and go, but there is a subset of people who are always going to want one-on-one support and advice, and who are willing to pay for it. Finally, private coaching can be one of the easier ways to sell coaching because it involves personal contact. You need to talk to your private clients before you take them on to determine fit. And because you're talking to them either in person or on the phone, it's really hard for them to ignore you. You can get into the details of your program, you can answer their questions or concerns, and you can see what's really going on. Unlike email or social media where they can just scroll right by you. Private coaching gives you that opportunity to have that sales conversation in a way that's very personal and in a way that leads to real clients.
So all this sounds really awesome, Christy, but what are the downsides?
Well, there are a few. The biggest con of private coaching is that it isn't really scalable. What this means is that you are always trading time for money, and you only have so much time to give as a coach. Sure, you can absolutely keep raising your rates to make your time more profitable, but eventually you will hit an upper limit on what you can charge, which means you will be limited on how much you can grow your business. For some people, this is 100% okay. Private coaching is very lucrative and very profitable. You can make plenty of money coaching people one-on-one. For others, you may want more flexibility and more room for growth. But the great news is that it's 100% up to you. Another con of private coaching is that you do have to stick to a reasonable, somewhat set schedule so clients can book meetings with you. That means you need to have regular weekly coaching hours or regular bi-weekly coaching hours. And for me, for instance, in my business, I love to be flexible. I like being able to be anywhere at any time, which I definitely couldn't do when I had 4 to 6 client calls in a single day. I always had to make sure I was in the right time zone at the right time. So this is the tiniest violin complaint. But if you have a full caseload of clients, which is anywhere from 10 to 25 clients for most of us, you will be on a regular routine. For you, that could be absolutely fabulous. For others, it may not be. Another con of private coaching is that you will need to have formal contracts. For smaller and cheaper offerings, you can get away with a limited terms of service clause in your website that customers acknowledge at checkout. But for services costing in the thousands, you will definitely need to get a really good written contract in place with each and every client so they understand your system, your refund policy, and how it all works. While you can write a contract yourself, you will absolutely want to hire a lawyer to review it at some point to protect you and your clients.
This gives me a lot to think about. And I will, I promise. But what do you think? Should I focus on private coaching?
Great question, and the short answer is yes, almost certainly. Private coaching requires so little in the beginning to get going and to get profitable. You can get your very first clients with word-of-mouth marketing, which means you can instantly get your business off the ground and start earning. It's also a great way to test your system and to get comfortable as a coach, all while building great testimonials that will serve you later. So you don't have to do private coaching for long, but it is a great place to start.
So I would like to hear you talk a little bit about the numbers. What do I need to invest, and how much can I expect to earn?
Absolutely. Let's do some money math. To start in private coaching, you can get a cheap website, and you don't need any other big infrastructure besides, of course, your computer, a phone, and a good internet connection. So let's do the math as an example of what you could make as a coach in full-time private practice. Now, I'm going to take an average based on all of the coaches I work with as a number as a baseline for you. Now, there's a lot of rates you can charge, but we'll use this average for this particular money math. So let's say you charge $2,500 per client package. If you close 2 clients per month, that would be $5,000 a month in income or $60,000 a year in gross income before your taxes and other expenses. If you were to close 4 clients a month at $2,500 per package, That would be $10,000 per month or $120,000 per year in gross income before your taxes and expenses. You would, of course, subtract a small amount for operating fees and expenses like website hosting fees or development fees, an online scheduling tool, things like that. But you'd easily spend probably less than $2,000 a year in simple operations, meaning you get to keep almost all of the money that you've earned, of course, before taxes. Now, to reach that goal, and we're only talking about 2 to 4 to 5 clients a month, not that bad, right? To reach that goal, you'd probably need to have a great personal sales conversation with around 16 people per month. And the reason I say this is you can expect to close around 25% of the people you speak to on a sales consult or a free coaching session. So if you speak to 16 people every month, you're going to close roughly 4 of them into a coaching package. One good rule of thumb, if you are closing less than 25% of the people you speak to in sales consults, then likely something might be a little bit off with how you're selling your coaching, and it's important for you to do some sales training and take a little bit of a look at how you're talking about your coaching and the value. And if you are closing more, bravo, good job.
Alrighty, I am in. What do I need to get started?
Getting started as a private coach is deceptively simple, but it does take some mental effort, so grab some coffee and a pen and I'll give you some steps to follow. The first thing to do is to find your niche and figure out who you most want to serve as a coach. And here's why. It is extremely hard to find clients and connect with them and be the absolute best coach you can be if you're trying to serve everyone. Knowing your demographic and understanding their dreams, their fears, their hopes, and their goals will help you ask better questions and get better results as a coach. And let's be honest, the truth is you are not the best coach for every single person on the planet. So please focus on those people who you can best help. And if you need help finding your niche, come on over to the Coach Pony blog as we have a ton of free resources for you there. The second step to getting started is to design your coaching packages and set your prices. So we want to get something ready for you to sell. Now, in private coaching, I want you to do a coaching package instead of charging by the hour. It's bad business to charge by the hour because you have to keep selling coaching 1 hour at a time, which is exhausting. But more importantly, it's actually really bad for your clients. Here's why. No coach can make a lasting life change in just an hour or just one session. It's really not possible. So get your clients committed and engaged in the process by offering packages that really help them see big results. Figure out how many sessions it'll take to get your client to their big goal, total it up, add in admin and other operational costs, and there's your package price. Our third step involves learning. Please learn some sales skills. Selling can be hard or it can feel uncomfortable or awkward because so many of us have experienced being sold something we don't want, and we do not want our clients to have a same experience. But we do need to learn how to sell coaching in order to sell coaching. So the good news is that sales is a skill, and it's a skill you can learn and adapt so it feels good to you. So please take some time to learn how to do that. And of course, we've got free blogs for you on how to sell coaching over at Coach Pony if you need the help. Your fourth step is to create a simple website so people can find you and learn about you even when you are asleep. If you aren't ready for a website, a LinkedIn business page is a good free way to start that has the simplest bar for entry. Your next step is to choose one marketing platform and stick to it. A marketing platform can be a variety of things, everything from networking to public speaking, to Pinterest, to writing. There are so many different platforms to choose from. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by all of the choice and unsure how to market or how to figure out your platform, I've got a great free marketing resource for you at the end of this episode. What I want you to keep in mind is that by choosing 1 or 2 platforms, you're going to be good at 1 to 2 things versus being really mediocre at a bunch of things. I'd rather you be exceptional at your marketing on your chosen platform rather than being terrible at it on a bunch of platforms. Finally, your last step is to stop and smell the roses. seriously, I want you to take a second and see how all of this feels so far. You may like it, you may not, but it's important to stop during the business building process and assess how you're feeling about doing all of the operational stuff like the admin and the contracts and the selling. Being in business as a solo entrepreneur isn't for everyone, and that's okay. It's definitely normal to have some anxiety and stress as you learn all of these new skills, but I want you to take a second and check in with yourself. Are you feeling stressed but excited? Or are you feeling stressed but unhappy? If it's the former, please keep going. That's normal. But if it's the latter, be kind to yourself for stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying anyway. Maybe being a coach entrepreneur isn't for you, and that's okay. You'll notice I haven't told you to register your business name or incorporate your company. I think it's important to save this type of admin and logistics. It can be a headache until you've proven your business and you absolutely know that coaching is for you. All right, to finish this episode, I want to give you some helpful tools that you need to get started with private coaching, and we'll do it in a lightning round. As always, our lightning round is sponsored by chocolate, and today's chocolate is malt balls. So good, crunchy, sweet, ever so slightly bitter, and goes so great with tea or coffee. Did I eat a whole box of them yesterday? There's no video evidence, so, choose your own answer here. In addition to chocolate, our lightning round is also sponsored by the Marketing Masterclass. So if you need help finding clients, which is marketing, please go to coachpony.com/marketing for a 45-minute in-depth training on how to find paying clients for your coaching business. And with that, let's start the lightning round. Tool number 1, a website tool, wordpress.org, wix.com, or a business page on LinkedIn. Tool number 2, a tool to take payment. You can use PayPal, Venmo, Stripe, or you can even take checks in the beginning if you are not ready for online payment. Tool number 3, Pages or Word. You'll use this tool to take notes and to create homework or worksheets for your clients as you get going in the beginning. Once you are ready, you can hire a designer on Upwork to make them pretty. Tool number 4, Google Calendar for internal scheduling and planning so you can keep track of everything you need to do. Tool number 5, an external calendar like Acuity, Paperbell, or Calendly that allows clients and partners to book time with you, and it adds a level of professionalism to your coaching and makes scheduling so much easier. And that's the end of our lightning round. So, Clark, did I answer your questions? How do you feel about private coaching now?
Oh man, that was awesome. Thanks, Christy. I feel so much more informed, but I do have to be honest, I still have more questions. Like, what is it like to coach privately? How did you go about it? Can you tell me some more?
Of course. If you want to peer inside a real business and learn more about private coaching in real life, tune in for our next episode where I'll be spilling all the tea on how I turned private coaching into my first 6-figure business and how one $5,000 coaching client changed the game for me entirely. So if you like gossip, inside secrets, and help, you'll love the next episode. And that's it. Except, once you've got your private coaching ready to go, how do you find clients willing to buy it? Well, do not worry. Marketing your business does not have to be terrifying or hard or involve 1,000 hours on social media. You just need to learn to avoid a few common mistakes. Want to know what they are? No problem. Come on over to coachpony.com/marketing to learn how to find paying clients for your business. When you do, you'll get access instantly to a completely free, in-depth marketing masterclass, which will save you both time and tears. Plus, we'll get to hang out for a little bit longer. You can find our marketing masterclass over at www.coachpony.com/marketing. In the meantime, hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Leave us a review if you like what we had to say, and I'll see you in the next episode.